You are now tuned into 2111 Radio Show, hosted by our program director, Derrick Scott.
Roll it up, light it up, hands up, yeah nigga, what's up?
Bottles and bitches, believe we back in business. The shit I be smoking is highly recommended. This for all of my niggas pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here been in the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen a motherfucking thing that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights that come with a third eye. I'm better at betting on me, the numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin', nigga. You know them gold diggers. Want to pick at a litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters, call them silverback gorillas. Going ape shit, and you know ain't nobody fucking with us.
Showtime, nigga, yeah, this is the big ticket. Culture Comptown, I'm talking that King Richard. This shit that's like a movie, I'm seeing the bigger picture. Said Snoop couldn't get much higher, but I beg to differ.
There was a time where I was offered $250,000 for a project of mine to have it produced, but the executive or investor wanted something else in return. I said no. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm not doing that. That is not me as a person, as a woman. If you want that, you can go elsewhere. I am not the one. I didn't get the money, but I stuck to it. Because like, if you're willing to fall for that, you'll fall for anything. And once you lose your name, you won't get your name back. You'll hear everything else but your name in this industry. Do one thing wrong and everyone else will repeat and follow behind that person, and then you'll go through it again and again and again.
Yo, listen. Welcome to the 2111 Radio Show. I'm your host, Derrick Scott. I have an interesting young lady with us. We're going to get into this. Her name is Andrea Ward. Listen, before I get into it, I want to thank you for coming to the show because I know you're a busy young lady. When your people came to me, I said she has to definitely be up here because your story is very interesting. So before I get into it, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland, and yes, we love blue crabs. We put Obey on everything.
I know that's right. Wow. So now, I've been doing some research, and you went to school for something that you're not even doing.
Nope.
It's kind of crazy. You went to school for medicine. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. And we're going to get into a lot of the things that you've been into. So first, how was it? You grew up in Maryland and Baltimore, correct?
Yes.
How was it growing up at a younger age?
Baltimore is definitely one of those cities you have to have tough skin, and you got to be able to defend yourself. It's not one of those cities where, if you've seen The Wire, that's pretty much a description of Baltimore.
Yes.
All of Baltimore, but a good part.
Oh, okay. I get it. I definitely get it. I have some people up in Baltimore, in the Baltimore area, so they tell me exactly that. So now you went to school for medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you get from going to school for medicine to being one of the dopest fashion designers, filmmaker, entrepreneur, philanthropist? Listen, You're doing a lot. So first, I want to get into this picture that I'm about to show. Tell me about this young lady. That's
Yes.
That's Billie Holiday, y'all. Please explain what's going on.
So Billie Holiday is actually my great aunt.
Wow. Now, did you always know that, or you recently, or how did that even come about? Billie Holiday is a legend. Oh my goodness, God bless her.
So I found this out, I want to say about 2016 to 17.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
this was right before my grandmother had passed, and she told me a little bit about Billie Holiday and how we were connected to her. Not saying I didn't believe her, but like my grandma lived a good life. She lived a very long time until
Uh-huh.
I started doing my own research, and she was right.
Yeah. It's crazy because I Googled it, and it's so funny. It actually comes up. It
Really?
actually, yes. Listen, it actually comes up. You are the great niece of Billie Holiday. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So again, that's something that me and my family, as far as my mother and father, that was in their day. And she's a complete legend. She was literally my mother and father's favorite artist, hands down. Billie, man, listen. Anyway, so do you sing by any chance?
I can't sing, but I can sing.
There you go. Listen, hold on. Let me give you a round of applause. I like how you said that. I like how you said that because everybody can sing, but a lot of people can. A shorter amount of people can sing. There's a difference, but at least you can hold a tune. I can't hold nothing. But the reason I asked is because that long that foundation that's legendary, and you actually look like an artist. Actually,
Really? Me?
yeah, you look like an artist, like you R&B artist. Yes, you. And when I first saw your picture, I was like, wow. Like, wait a minute. Then I thought model, and I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. This is a businesswoman, man. So behind this beautiful face, is a business savvy, smart, intelligent woman, like period. And the thing I like is that within the last, I say 5 to 6 years, you have been on a roll, like on a complete roll, and it's an unbelievable story. So I wanted to ask you a question, but before I ask you the question, I'm going to play a video real quick because this is the first time I actually saw you. All right, it's kind of crazy, but check the video out, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna come right back. So check this out.
Today's update, this is from a young woman who came here hoping that I could help her convince her friends and family to like her boyfriend. Take a look. Is your boyfriend here today?
Unfortunately, he's not. He had a family emergency.
Has he met your family?
No, he hasn't met my family yet.
Do you find that odd?
No, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Give me what I need to help you convince them. I can't fight with you right now. We ain't got no bullets. What has you concerned?
I feel he's very secretive about things, and he's always canceling on her at the last minute.
I got 6 sisters. If any one of them had that situation, it's razor blades and lemon juice time. So.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about, yeah. Life is too short to have to wait on somebody to act right. I can't convince your family that this is a good guy, because I don't see nothing good about it. So, you're out here alone. What happened?
Well, so Uncle Steve, so listen. So now I am newly single. And I finally took your advice. So if a man wants me, he's going to pursue me and he's going to chase me because I am wonderful and I'm beautiful.
Perfect. Now, I actually saw that episode, and I was feeling for you, yo. I was feeling for you. And I'm going, oh my goodness, this young lady's so pretty, and she's going through all this mess. Because that's what he was, a complete mess. So I don't know if you want to talk about it, but what changed you? Because again, it was a lot before. There was a lot going on with him, and it's like when you came back, you were single. Um, how are you doing now?
I'm doing amazing. I am doing amazing, healed, booked, busy, and blessed.
Listen, let me get a round of applause. Yeah. So we didn't when we saw that show, we didn't really get into the details. We just knew he was shifty in a way. But was this an abusive relationship, or was this something that you just didn't want anymore?
So during that time, it was just something that just was not working out and it was not meant for me. Prior to that, I was in an abusive relationship, but that was years ago. I want to say
Mm.
right before I got into the entertainment industry.
Hold on. Let me tell you, where are you at in LA?
Yes.
The sun is beaming. I can't even see you. Looking back at you.
Oh
Unbelievable. I'm sitting there like, wow.
no. Okay,
There
I'll
you
just
go.
have
Okay.
to sit like this.
There you go. I could not see nothing. It just came up. Like that's crazy. So yeah, so now continue. You was telling us that it was years ago before this happened that you was in an abusive relationship. And we take that serious at 2111 Radio. I do have different content on here, and one of those subjects came up was abuse, women abuse, and it was like that's something that I can't tolerate. I that's something that just triggers me, and for women to go through that still to this day, it's disgusting. It really is. And look at you now, like whoever that person was. Look at your girl now. You understand? I know he's sitting there like, what the? Yeah, you screwed that up, bro. You really did. You and whoever else that did anything wrong to you, because at the end of the day, you're a powerful woman now, and ain't nobody can stop
That part.
you. Okay?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So now, getting into that, you actually do films as well.
I do. I've been writing since COVID, actually. Right during, well, not writing, but I've been a filmmaker since 2020. I've been writing since I was 9 years old.
Whoa.
I used to get picked on and bullied a lot as a kid, and I didn't have any friends, so my friend was pretty much writing. And little did I know that I would be turning the scripts that I wrote years ago into motion pictures and
Check
movies.
that out. Who would figure that? Who would figure that? Now we do have a similar person that was actually in your movies. He was actually on my show. This gentleman in this movie, we actually talked about it on this show.
James.
James came up on my show last year, and we talked about this movie. Now, did you write this movie?
No, so I actually directed and produced it. I actually
Oh,
put everything together.
that's crazy. Look at you again, going and doing school. You doing medicine, and all of a sudden, was this something that you always wanted to do, or you just tried it and said, "Let me just wing it and see what happens"?
Honestly, growing up, like when I was younger, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life or what my
Right.
purpose was. I was still trying to figure out who I was as a person. And it wasn't until I went to therapy like years ago to heal from my traumas and pain. And my
Yeah.
therapist was like, well, since you write, why don't you turn your life into a film? Why don't you turn it into a short story? That's your way of healing, taking your
Mm.
power back. So it's because of her that I became a filmmaker. Honestly, I didn't have that in my deck of cards until
Wow.
I tried it. And then my first film got so many different awards. And that was my first time directing, producing, and I wrote it. And I did the casting for it, which was Deception Streets. And then the second project was Mixed Martial Art Project, which I had a nice team of people, nice actors. I casted for everything. I wrote everything. I directed. I produced. I had a producing partner as well. He was pretty awesome. He believed in me. And then I also started doing my own stunts. And then from there, I went to
Whoa.
one of the best schools in London called IDSA with John Boya or Boya.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to school with him and a lot of other people.
Whoa, let me give you a round of applause. Yeah. So, um, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. It's not what I'm still kind of going crazy over is that again, you gave this a shot, and in the mix of everything, you took your power back, and look at you now. Like that's amazing. This is an amazing story because again, a lot of people can't just channel greatness. You literally channel greatness, and you out here doing your thing because the films that I've seen, they very excellently, they're excellent. I've seen some of this stuff, and it's like, wait a minute, what's going on? This woman, for her, like I said, to be trying to do medicine and just say, let me just make my life out of movies and scripts. And is all this films that you made so far is some part of your life?
Yes, there is a form of truth to it.
Wow, that's crazy. And then not only did she do that, right, y'all, she actually made a book. She had a book out, y'all. And the album cover is the cover is crazy. The cover shades of black and blue. Now, this is on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, it's on
Yeah,
Amazon,
it's on
and will
Amazon.
be available on Barnes and Noble pretty soon.
That that's where everybody goes. That damn Barnes and Nobles, boy. That place still be packed. My goodness. So most likely, we're gonna help you promote this because this is an interesting title to this show, to this book. So tell us about Shades of Black and Blue.
So this was actually inspired by my life. So not everything is based from my life, but
Mhm.
there is a form of truth to it. Some of the things that occurred in the book, I did personally go through myself.
Mm.
Um, I wrote this right after I left my abusive relationship. And I held on to this book for almost 10 years. And then I eventually decided to publish it. But I wanted to heal, build my name, work on my career, and focus on the goals.
I know that's right. And you're doing that now. I tell you that you're doing that now. And I'm so happy for you because again, you could have crawled on a rock and still been at therapy and still sobbing and crying and being, sad. But you changed all that around, yo. You changed all that around. I'm so happy for you. You don't understand. As a black man, I'm sitting here, I'm very happy for you because again, I see I see a light. You are a beacon to these young ladies, and they need to pay attention. You know, they definitely need to pay attention because if you could do it, they could do it. That's what I always say. So what I want to know, how did you even get into fashion? Because you're a pretty woman, but how do you get into fashion? Because you're actually a celebrity fashion, like stylist. You do a different thing. You did LA Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. That's huge. How do you even get into that?
So everyone asks me this quite often. So I actually got discovered off the internet by someone from Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, a talent scout,
Uh-huh.
and I had just learned how to sew clothing. And my brother found a booklet of my designs, and he said, "Why don't you be a designer?" And he paid for my first sewing machine, got me the fabric, the materials. I learned
Okay.
how so within a couple of weeks, before I knew it, I put one item on the internet, and then I got a phone call to my phone. I hung up on the person because I thought it was a prank, and they kept calling me back, and I was like, "Listen, I'm not buying what you're selling." They said, "No, we want to invite you to LA Fashion Week," and I had to apologize. Like I felt so bad.
Wow. I wouldn't believe it either. Like, wait a minute. It had to be a prank.
I really thought it was, and the next thing you know, me and my brother were flying out to LA, and I had my first showcase, and everybody was so amazed. They were like, "Who is this young girl from Baltimore? We don't know her name. We've never seen her before. She's new on the scene."
Mm-hmm.
And when I did my second showcase, I wanted to dedicate, my brand to the cause. I've dedicated my life to the cause. The voice for the voiceless. There's always
Mm.
possibilities after a storm, is what I call it. And the designs were based on the different emotions that you go through from abuse. You know,
Mm.
My first collection was what I went through. My second collection was after the storm, and it was beauty and art within that. And I dedicated that. And my show was sold out. I had Cardi B there. I had Fat Joe. I had Yandy Smith. My
What?
VIP section was filled, and I didn't know who anybody was. And I was so new to it, then they thought I was the model walking out. And I was like, no, I'm pretty,
Yeah.
big, but I'm not the model. I'm the designer. And I did another showcase in LA. And I think Tyler Perry's assistant, or not assistant, but casting director was there. I think her name is Raven. She was there, and it's just been ongoing. And then I went from doing that to styling different celebrities. I've worked with B2K. I worked with Raz B. Raz B is a good friend of mine. I
Mhm.
worked with James Worthy. He's another good friend of mine.
Yep.
Jay, OG of Basketball Wives. The list
What?
on. The list
Well,
goes on.
damn.
And I even
You
have
need your own.
an
You need
S.
your own show.
Yeah,
I think you need your own show.
I think so too. I think it's about that time.
I really do. Oh my goodness. I tell you, you're the best kept secret because again, your people hit us up, and I looked at that footage, and I'm like, wait a minute, I remember her. She was so nice on the show. We was rooting for you too, for you to come back. We was rooting for you to come back with some good news, and you came back with good news on that show. And from that day forward, I mean, my God, your life has made a complete 360.
Yes, it has, and it's still making a complete 360. So my book just got picked up as a motion picture.
Uh-oh. Rip this right here.
Yes.
This, are you serious? Hold on, let me get a round of applause on that. Yeah. When I first saw this, and I was gonna ask you that, was this gonna be a motion picture? Because this art design is ridiculous. I love it.
Eh,
Who actually designed this?
I did.
You you do art design too? Come on, man. Let me
Yes.
give you another one. I'm ready. I'm about to shut this show down. Stop. Come on, girl. Are you serious?
Yes.
Jeez. Okay. Okay. This is just turning this whole thing. So not only that, so now you also have so many billboards in New York, if I'm correct.
My first billboard was a few years ago. We had 50 million viewers, and it was in Madison Square Gardens when I was a designer. And that was my first time. I was actually one of the youngest designers to have a billboard in Madison Square Gardens.
Damn. What in the world is going on, girl? Listen, I'm so proud of you, yo. That's so dope. You know what I'm saying? And I know you got haters, and if you wasn't doing good things, you wouldn't have haters.
Right.
If you wasn't successful, you wouldn't have not one hater. But I know you got a lot of haters, and for those haters, y'all need to keep hating because she's still doing great.
Hmm.
So um, you also have um, been published in, if I'm not mistaken, Essence Magazine, Sheen, different
Yes.
magazines. Yeah. So what don't you do? Like, what's going on?
I don't work on cars.
You
I can't
know,
change a tire.
wow. Let me tell you, that was gonna be my. Can you fix cars? I was getting ready to ask that too. I'm not even gonna lie, because you have a toolbox that, again, and in this industry, what people don't understand is that you have to have multiple streams of income. It has to be because this world is going crazy. Everything eggs is like $12. Like, wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Eggs is $12. When I seen that, I was like, okay, it's getting kind of crazy. So, um, what I wanted to ask you: have you ever had a wow moment? Just when you just sat back and was like, just sitting there in a daze, like, whoa.
I've had quite a few, but the most recent one would be signing the contract for the motion picture. That's probably going to be one of the biggest projects I've ever done, and this will be a sequel.
Really?
Hmm.
Y'all heard it on 2111. Well, let me get a round of applause. Give me a round of applause. What? Now I'm gonna ask you a question. So we're looking. We have any dates? Or y'all just starting? Or you just signed the contract? Correct.
I just signed the contract, and right now we're almost done with casting,
That's
and
good.
we got some pretty big names, and
Mhm.
I can't release it right now, but I am super excited because those names, so the press is going to announce everything, which is going to be life changing for me, especially when we get into production later on this year.
Yes. Yes. Hmm. You know, I'm interested in bringing you back after the fact. I really want to have you come back when this film come out, and so we can get at least a sneak peek. At least because I love independent movies. I don't so I don't know if you seen the intro, but it's a lot of industry independent actors and actresses that's been on the show, and we support them. So we would love to support you in any way we can, as far as in getting the word out about this film or even your book, because that's what we do. You know, a lot of shows, what they do your interview, they get nice views. We don't just get good views; we want to support. So we would definitely help you out in any way you need us at 2111 Radio. So definitely, we definitely do that for you.
I
All right.
appreciate it. And we have a book signing event coming up in Atlanta
Uh oh.
sometime summertime. I'll keep
See.
you on that. And then we're doing another one in LA. And
Mm.
better yet, when the film is done, why don't you come to the premiere?
See, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm being invited by the one. What? She's the one. I'm sorry, y'all. That's why I'm gonna call her now. She's the one. That is so dope, and I would definitely go. I would definitely keep in touch with you and definitely attend that, because this is major. That's one of the biggest announcements on my show. You know, people come out with albums, but you talking about a motion picture of a book. Like that's you don't get that. You don't get that easy. That book, I'm definitely going to get that book now. I'm gonna definitely get that book. What? And it's at Amazon right now, and it's definitely going to be at Barnes and Noble. So once it get anywhere, we're going to definitely promote it and get people to really see and read this book, because I know it's interesting. I know it's interesting. It's just a matter of them, getting this film to a point where it's similar but not too similar.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to ask you is this: when was the time you felt that you took all your power back? Because this is I say it's a work in progress. But do you feel like you took all of your power back and then some?
Yes, I feel like I took that back and plus more. Back way more.
Yes, and that's dope. That's dope because again, you have young ladies out here right now that's actually, looking up to you. I know they do. They have to, because again, one of the most positive things about you is that you care.
Yeah.
You really care about them, and I like the fact that you're so young yourself. And it's like, do you feel any pressure?
I feel tons of pressure. I feel tons of pressure because I've done so much in my life. I'm still young, but I've done so much before I even hit the age of 30.
Yeah,
And
check that out.
I'm only 33 and I'm also a mom too. So there's tons of pressure,
What
but
in the world?
people that look up to me and they come to me for guidance and support and to learn from me, and I have to set an example for the young women that do look up to me. And there's also men that look up to me too, because they come from similar circumstances or
Yeah.
backgrounds and situations, and they want to know how can they take their pain and turn it into power. How can they get
Mm,
their power back? What is it about them that them different, and how can they do the things that they want to do and achieve their goals and to make their life into something they've always dreamed of, rather than sitting and waiting for the opportunities to come for them. They could just create and make it for themselves. I've been doing that for almost 10 years, 10 years straight.
That's crazy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, yo. Unbelievable, yo. That, to me, like I said, this is one of those stories that a lot of people really need to check out because, again, your success is only giving these young ladies and young men an opportunity to see that it's possible. And through all the adversity all the challenges, you still had enough energy in you to fight and get to where you're at today. So that's dope. I really appreciate that. So what I would like to ask you, doing all this stuff that you do, being a mom, how in the world do you find the time?
Uh, hey, moms will make things work. We will find the time in some shape or form. So, as I was just recently writing the sequel, I was taking care of my son. I have a son that's pretty young, so I was feeding him and
Mhm.
typing with the other hand, taking care of him.
Wow,
So a lot of
that's
times I
crazy.
have to multitask, or if I have a press interview or a photo shoot, I have
Yeah,
my son there and I'm taking the pictures, but still keeping an eye on him, or sometimes I
yeah.
with him. But there's always a way of getting things done, or just get it done while they're sleeping, you know?
See, exactly, exactly. Nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Let me tell you. So I usually ask a lot of film directors and artists this question. When it's all said and done, let's say you're 33 now, let's say 65, you retired, you achieved everything you wanted to achieve in life. How do you want your family, your child to remember you?
I want my children, and most important, my children to remember that their mom is a go-getter.
Mm,
She's a winner, and there's nothing that could stop me.
mm.
If it's meant for me, it is meant for me, and I am coming for it all. I'm not taking a piece, a pie, a slice. No, I'm coming for the whole plate.
There it is. Exactly. Woo! Unbelievable. Unbelievable, yo. This has been dope, man. I definitely appreciate you coming today. I really do. This, like I said, I got chill bumps because again, what I'm hearing is a success story that's not even finished yet. See, it's not finished, it's still going. It's getting even better. You just told me that your book is about to be a motion picture. Yeah, a lot of people don't get that opportunity. A
No.
lot of people don't get that opportunity. Um, how do your family feel about you? You know, the stuff that you've been doing over the years.
So most of them are pretty supportive.
Okay.
Um, and of course, there's some that just they don't really understand my vision or where I'm going or what my purpose is, but it's not meant for them to understand my vision nor
Nope.
my purpose.
Mm, mm. Listen, I like her. I'm sorry, I don't know about y'all, but I like you. You're dope. I like this because again, you're not letting nobody stand in your way.
No.
They're not letting nobody stand in your way. I see it. And you know, you've changed because again, the woman that we saw on the Steve Harvey show is not the woman we're sitting there here right now. You're completely different. You
Mhm.
look different, you sound different, the confidence is there, the determination, everything is just a complete, you don't even look the same. I'm telling you right now, you really don't. You
Thank
really
you.
don't. That's crazy, yo. And I think that was all the aggravation, all the frustration and the pressure that you had on you with those situations. And now that you're relieved, it's like a big weight that's just been lifted.
Yes, and stress will definitely do that to you. It will make you age like milk or cheese. And it'll definitely change your appearance, you know. And I'm glad you mentioned the weight. Too. I recently lost like 130 pounds. So,
What?
I don't look the same at all.
At all. At all. And nothing say you wasn't looking bad. No, I ain't say that. You look I told you look like a damn artist. Like yeah, you really do. When I saw you when you came up, that's what I said in the back. I said, like a damn artist. Hey, what's going on? That's dope. But I like the appearance because you're very professional, and that's key. I have people come up here looking half-ass. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm like, nah. You doing an interview? You're gonna be. This is live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Somebody gonna see you at your worst, and you shouldn't be on my show looking at your worst. No way. Unbelievable. So, what advice can you give a person that's really trying to elevate themselves as far as in getting their business started?
I am glad that you asked that. So, for anyone that's looking to get their business started or, just a jump start to your dreams, definitely open up an LLC in Wyoming. You don't have to pay any taxes.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm very serious. You have to treat it as if it's real estate. Open up your business in Wyoming. You can operate out of any state. So that's my first advice and first gem. Second, you want to have your vision board or your vision journal. And every day, I would say write words of affirmation on a sticky pad and stick it to your mirror, and then
Mm-hmm.
just do it for the next day. Every day has to be something different. In order to pursue your dreams and make your dreams a reality, you have to change your mindset. You have to change your habits, whether it's eating habits, sleeping habits, working habits, going to the gym, taking care of your body, your health. You have to take care of your mind, body, and soul first before you can do anything of that nature. Because what's for you is going to come. But everything happens in God's timing. And then there's a way. And then, too, you have to have thick skin. You have to be able to take rejection, criticism, and no's. Those no's are going to eventually equal up to your yes. All it takes is for one yes and one foot in the door to make your dreams a reality. And I am living proof. I've gotten so many doors or so many rejections and doors shut in my face, and I still didn't give up. You kind of got to be a little hard headed, like it's not pretty at first, but eventually you get used to it. But somebody's going to say yes to your idea or to give you an opportunity of a lifetime. You just have to be willing to take it. You can't wait to think about it. You can't take a second to should I take this opportunity? What would my life be like if I did or didn't? You don't have time for that. Just take the opportunity. And also too, when opportunities come knocking at your door, only you are meant for you to walk through those doors. You can't take
Mm.
your sister, your friends, your family, your homie, your best friend, somebody you went to high school with. They're not all meant to come through you through those doors. You have to learn within that opportunity and excel and put yourself at the next level so that you can create a helping ladder and pull it down to help those rise up. Because if you
Mm.
take everybody with you or try to pull it onto your ship is going to sink because you don't have a whole bunch of space. You got to make space for yourself. And in order to receive those blessings, you have to clear your plate completely.
Mm.
It's a different person or the better version of yourself.
Mm. Man. Damn. Okay. Okay. Listen, this has been dope. This really been dope. Now, I'm gonna sign out in a second. That I can't even speak. You actually ended my show on a perfect. Do you do any public speaking? Because that was dope. I'm not even going for
Dude, I'm getting into TED Talks.
you
That's the next.
should. Yes. You murdered that. Oh my goodness. Wow, I wanted to hire you right now, and you wasn't even doing an interview.
That. Thank you.
You wasn't even interviewing for it. Like, jeez, that was beautiful. And I'm gonna take that part of this interview. I'm gonna definitely plaster it all over because that was dope. If somebody can't take that and run with what you just said, they don't deserve it anyway. They don't deserve it. So before you go, I want you to stay there for a second because I want to talk to you behind the scenes. I want to talk to you behind the scenes because I have some questions that has nothing to do with that. And I think my family actually wants to meet you. So, yes. So they want to meet you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sign out now. We'll be back on Tuesday with the Novas from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. They should be coming here Tuesday at 6 o'clock. But until you know them?
Yeah, it's a small world.
Really? Yeah, International Nova. He was on my show last year, and me and him chopped it up. We good friends. And then I'm looking on TV the other day, and I'm like, wait a minute. No, that's not you on Love and Hip Hop. Of all things, really. And his wife is beautiful. She's dope.
Yes.
She's dope. She's dope. So I'm definitely interested in that conversation with her because that real estate, oh my goodness, we definitely gonna talk about it. But listen, enough of me. But we're gonna sign out right now. I'm gonna talk to her. She's coming back, by the way. I'm definitely having you come back. Ain't no way you ain't coming back. I might have a different topic because again, I like to have these conversations about business. So I'm gonna have a young panel come up and you can just talk to them. Same way you're talking to me, and we're gonna see, where their heads is at because I want to help out in any way. All right.
Okay. I thank you for having me.
Of course, we definitely gonna have you back before the end of the year, definitely. But until then, we're gonna sign out right now, and you stay right there. You don't move because, like I said, I think they here. They want to meet you. Definitely want to meet you. But until then, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see y'all Tuesday. Bye. Peace.
Bottles and bitches, believe we back in business. The shit I be smoking is highly recommended. This for all of my niggas pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here been in the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen a motherfucking thing that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights that come with a third eye. I'm better at betting on me, the numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin', nigga. You know them gold diggers. Want to pick at a litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters, call them silverback gorillas, going ape shit.